Hey guys, good evening. Guys, if you are able to see my screen, just type S in the chat box so that we can get started. Yeah, thanks for the confirmation. So, in the last session, I've shown you how to automate the test case number 16. Now, in this session, I'm going to show you how to automate the next test case, that is test case number 17. Okay. So let me show you how to automate the another test case of register account functionality, that is the 17th test case. So let's begin. Before I automate this particular test case for you, let me demonstrate what exactly this test case is all about in a manual way. So here, as part of this 17th test case, we need to verify whether the password fields in the register account page are following the password complexity standards. Okay. Here we need to verify whether the password fields in the register account page are following the password complexity standards. How can we verify? As part of security part of the application? You see, if you take good number of applications, right, whenever you enter some simple passwords, the applications will not allow you to create the account on their applications. Okay, the applications will not allow you to create accounts on their websites. The reason behind that is, you see, if you give simple passwords, the hackers can guess it and they can access the accounts of the customers. So what they will do is they will enforce the end users, to create the accounts by specifying the, okay, complex passwords. Okay, the passwords which follow the complexity standards. Okay, so if someone is trying to create an account with not following this complexity standards mentioned by the application or website, then account will not get created in most of the websites. Okay, but is such kind of thing is implemented in this website or not, we'll see that. Okay, here we have to open the application URL in the browser. Here I'm going to open the application URL in the browser, like tutorialsninja.com/demo. After that, after opening the application URL in the browser, okay, I need to click on My Account drop menu. I just need to click on the My Account drop menu. And after clicking on the My Account drop menu, I need to select the register option. Once I select the register option, I need to enter new account details into all the fields. Okay, I need to enter new account details into all the fields. So here, let's say I'll enter the first name, I'll enter the last name. Here I'll enter some email address with brand new email address. I'll enter. Okay, I'll enter a brand new email address. Here I'll enter a telephone number, which is kind of okay. After entering the telephone number, I'll enter the password. I'll enter the confirm password. I'll select the newsletter. I'll select the privacy policy. All these things are there. What the test case is all about here? Complex password complex. Okay, complex standards are being password complexity standards are being followed by this application or not. We have to verify as per the requirements. This particular password field should only accept the passwords which follow the password complexity standards as per the client requirements. If I give some simple passwords like 123451 123445, application should not allow you to create the account. Okay, that's what is same thing. Something that is happening here. Check entering simple passwords which are not following the password complex standards, like size of the password as 8. Okay, password complexity standards may be like this. Okay, the size of the password need to be 8. Okay, if you want to enter any password into this password field, you have to make sure that the size of the password, the number of characters that you enter into this password field should be 8 characters. Okay, and then password should contain at least one number. Okay, password should contain at least one number. Okay, in this entire password, one character should be like a number. Okay, not everything should be alphabet. Something should be a number, something should be lowercase, some character should be uppercase. It should be a combination of a number, symbol, lowercase, uppercase, and then that also the size of the number of characters should be minimum 8. All these are the password complexity standards this application should enforce while user is trying to create the account with simple passwords. You should get a warning message instead. Okay, when you click on the continue button with the simple passwords, here is the test data, guys. These are all the examples of the simple passwords like 12345. It's not meeting the number of the size is 8 is not meeting, and also in this 12345 only numbers are there, alphabets are not there, uppercase letters, lowercase letters are not there, symbols are not there, so it is invalid one. Okay, it should give a warning message saying that this particular, okay, appropriate warning message asking you to enter a password which follows the password complexity standard should be a warning message. Such kind of warning message should be displayed. Okay, so here if I give A B C D E F G H I, it's meeting the 8. 8 size. It's more than 8 thing, but ultimately it doesn't have number, it doesn't have uppercase, it doesn't have symbol, so it's invalid. Here it more than 8, but alphabets are there, numbers are there, but symbols are not there, uppercase letters are not there. Here alphabet, lowercase alphabets are there, numbers are there, dollar is there, but uppercase alphabet is not there, which is an invalid. Here uppercase alphabets are there, numbers are there, symbols are there, but lowercase letters are not there, and size is also being satisfied. So these are some examples of the uh, passwords which application should not allow you to create the account with. Okay, but manually if I check this with this passwords, is the application allowing you to create the account or not? For example, I'll try to enter 1 2 3 4 5 and see. If I give 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 and give all the new details and click on the continue button, am I getting any warning message, guys? Am I getting any warning message? Here, am I getting any warning message?
No,
No,
no.
I'm not getting any warning message. Okay. So that means that particular password field is not following the password complexity standards which are set by the client, right? As per the client requirements, whatever the complexity standards, the password need to enforce as part of security in the application is not being enforced, and the developers have not built that kind of feature in this particular application. So there is a defect in the application. Okay, there is a defect, there is a bug in the application, that password is not following the password complexity standards. So how to report that defect and all that is doesn't matter, but how to automate this and still fail the test case because this particular application is not following the password fields in this particular register account page, or not following the password complexity standards. How to verify that and all with multiple sets of data here. Okay, is I'm going to explain in this session. I'm going to show you how to automate that. For that, I launch Eclipse ID, guys. First of all, I launch Eclipse ID for that reason. 17th test case we are automating, guys. Anyhow, this test case need to fail, but hope you understood what the test case is all about. Okay, now let's implement this. So once the Eclipse ID launch, I'm going to start automating this particular test case. Okay. Okay. I'll close this part and go here, expand this project and expand this src testman Java. And here I'm under the register package. I'm going to create a new class. I'll just name this package, name this class as tc underscore rf underscore 017. Okay. Click on finish. 17th test case I'm automating. I'm giving the class name also as 17. And here I'll create a method that is public void. Okay, public void verify restring account using uh, using passwords which are not following complex, what is that? Password complexity standards. Password complexity standards. Okay, you can give any big method name, you can give, not a problem. Okay, you can give this much big also, that's not a big deal. Okay, that's until you understand what this test case is all about, you can give as much big name as you want. That's okay, there's no restriction there. Web driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Okay, web driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O, then write down driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then say driver dot manage dot timeouts dot implicitly wait. Then say duration dot off seconds. Just give some 3 seconds. That will be more than enough for this application. And say driver dot get here. And give the application page URL here. First of all, give the application page URL, that is tutorialsninja.com/demo application URL. Paste it here. Once I give the application page URL, I need to click on the My Account and navigate to the Register Account page by selecting the Register option. To click on this My Account drop menu, inspect this My Account, and here copy this text between the tags, and here span tag is there. Create an XPath expression, // span tag text function is equal to, give that text between the tags. Okay, this will locate this XPath expression will locate this My Account drop menu. Only one element is getting located. Copy this XPath expression, come back here and say driver.find element by dot XPath, provide the XPath expression and say dot click here and say dot click here. Once I click on this My Account drop menu, then I need to select the register option, inspect the register option. Once I select the register option here, it is a link text, guys. Driver.find element by dot link text, provide the link text locator and simply say dot click. Simply say dot click. Okay. It will select the register option and you'll be taken to the register account page. Once you are taken to the register account page, once you are taken to the register account page, once you are taken to the register account page, I have to enter all the valid details into all the fields. But in the password and password confirm fields, I have to enter this passwords. Okay, enter. I have to try all these passwords in the password fields and password confirm fields where we have to see whether the account is getting created or not. Okay, account should not get created. Rather, a warning message should come. Is something we have to verify. Okay, once you go to this register account page, I need to inspect this first name field. Once I inspect this first name field, it has an ID, guys. Copy this ID locator for the first name field and simply write down driver.find element by dot ID locator of the first name field and simply say dot set keys. And here I'll give the first name as Arun. Okay, now put a semicolon here and here Arun will be entered into the first name field. And after that, I would like to enter the last name into the last name field. Inspect this last name field, copy this ID locator and simply write down driver dot find element by dot ID, provide the ID locator of the last name field and simply say dot send keys. And here give the last name, that is, okay, I'll enter my last name here, that is Motori. Okay, that is also done. Once I enter the last name here, like this, then I'll inspect the email field and here input email is there. And here come back here and simply write down driver dot find element by dot ID, provide the ID locator of the email field and say dot send keys. And here give the email address. Every time you have to enter a brand new email address here while testing. So here already we created one method, the utils package under the common utils. If you call this method, it will auto generate the email with the timestamp, which is going to be unique every time. So here I'm going to write common utilities dot generate brand new email. Okay, once that is also done. So here some random email address will be entered. Okay, some random email address will be entered. Okay, and here I need to inspect this telephone field. I got the ID for that field. I'll just copy the ID for the telephone field by dot ID. Provide the ID locator of the telephone field here and say dot send keys. And here I'll enter a telephone number, a brand new telephone number or whatever it is which can be accepted by this while creating the account. Okay. Once I enter that, here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0 will be entered. I'll inspect this password field as an ID, copy this ID of the password field, come back here and simply write on driver.find element, by dot ID, provide the ID locator of the password field and simply say dot send keys, and here enter simple password like 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, for which the application should not allow you to create the account, should give warning message. And similarly, I'll inspect this here 1 2 3. I'll just enter the 1 2 3 4 5 here. 1 2 3 4 5. Here in the password confirm field also I'll inspect this, copy this ID, and here driver dot find element by dot ID, provide the ID locator of the input confirm and say set keys. Here put a semicolon here and say 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. Once you enter 1 2 3 4 5 here, 1 2 3 4 5 here. Okay. Then what is the next thing that I have to do here? Okay. Newsletter privacy policy is also there. Okay. So here after entering the simple password into the password and password confirm field, now I am going to inspect this newsletter option and here name newsletter and value 1 is there. I need to select this S radio button. I'll just copy this Control Z, copy this Control F, / input at the rate name is equal to newsletter at the rate value is equal to 1. This will locate the S radio button. Copy this and simply write down driver dot find element by dot xpath, give the xpath expression and simply say dot click. Once I say dot click, it will select the S radio button. I'll inspect this privacy policy field. Here name locator is there. Copy this name locator. And here I'll write down driver dot find element by dot name, provide the name locator and say dot click. This will click on the privacy policy field. I need to click on the continue button, inspect this, and here value continue is control F double slash input at the rate value is equal to continue. Okay, this XPath expression. Copy this and simply write down driver dot find element by dot XPath, provide the XPath expression, and simply say dot click. Okay, once I click on this continue button, we should get a warning message. Where we should get a warning message? Under the password field, we should get a warning message saying that, okay, we should follow the password complexity standards. Okay. Okay, inspect that, and here, if the warning message comes under this, under the sibling div tag, it should come. Okay. I'll copy this XPath, I'll just create an XPath expression using that ID. Input at the rate, ID is equal to give that ID slash following sibling ::div. Okay, under this div section. How I am able to understand like this? For example, if I give a wrong password here, click on continue. Okay, what is? Okay, there is symbol anywhere. Okay, here double at the rate symbols are there. I'll remove this. Okay, click on continue. What is happening here? I'm getting a warning message here, right? Inspect this warning message. It's coming. You see, if any warning message comes under this text fields, right, it will come under the text box field. Okay. So here, you see, using here, the div tag is coming, okay? The warning message is coming in the form of div tag under this input tag of this field. So here also, for this password field, if a warning message comes, it will come under the div tag. That is the reason we are writing like this. Control F, copy this ID. If in case a warning message comes, it will be there here, guys, okay? Input password, div, okay? It is not there, so it will not get located, but after getting the warning, it should come, okay? Now here I'll write down assert dot assert equals, and here string expected warning is equal to what is expected warning, password, okay, enter password which follows password complexity standard. Okay, like this some warning message should come. Okay, assume that the client has given this requirement where this kind of warning message should come, but that there is a defect in the application, this kind of warning message is not coming. Okay, but here how to get that warning message if in case it comes? If in case the warning message, assuming that the warning message comes, how to get that warning message? I have to write by driver dot find element by dot xpath, by dot xpath, give the xpath expression that I have created here, assuming that the warning message may come under the password field here, and come back here and say dot get text, I will say, to get the text between the tags, that is a div tag. And if that matches with expected warning images, then the test will pass. If not, the test will fail. Here I'll simply, you see the possibility of this test automation script fails. We know that in advance, because when I have done this in a manual way itself, the account is getting created. Okay, if I give this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and click on the continue button, the account is getting created, guys. Okay, without giving the warning message, manually itself the account is getting created. There is a defect. Okay, this particular test also is going to fail. So here I'll write at the rate test annotation before this test and test. I'll write over the mouse, import this, and now, so after whether this particular test passes or fails, if you want to close a browser, you have to write another method, that is public void tear down, and here write down at the rate after method. Okay, right, at the rate after method, hover the mouse, import this, and here say driver dot pitch. Okay, so here driver is kind of local here, and you have to make it global under the class. And now remove the double declaration here, this will work. Okay, so if this particular assertion fails, the test will fail, but at the same time the browser also will get closed. If I write driver.pit immediately after the failed assertion, that browser will not close, because the lines coming after this failed assertion statement are not going to run. Okay, that's the reason we created one method which definitely gets executed after every test method in this particular class file get executed. Okay, now run the script. The test is going to fail, guys, because we are not going to get any warning message. The test is going to fail. Okay, the test is going to fail here. If it fails, we are good. Okay, the warning message is not going to come. The account is going to get created, and because of which the browser getting closed. Yeah, that has got failed. You see, that has got failed. No such element exception. Unable to, because of some, this warning message is not coming, because of which that has got failed. Okay, So this is how we can automate this particular test case, guys. Okay, we can automate this particular test case, which verifies, okay, whether the password is following the password complexity standards. Okay, but ultimately we have verified only with one set of data. I have to verify with multiple sets of passwords here. Okay, for all these passwords, account should not get created. You should get a proper warning message. But here I verified only with one set of one type of password. Okay, how to make sure that I can run this test with multiple times with multiple examples of the passwords and see whether the test is passing or failing. So I have to go with a data-driven testing approach. In TestNG, we have to create a method here. That is, with the help of TestNG, we have to create a method here. In Java only, we are creating the method. But with the help of TestNG, we'll convert this method into data provider method. Okay. Public void supply. Okay. Supply passwords. Okay. Supply passwords. So here at the rate data provider, you write from TestNG because you are giving the license to this particular method to supply the data to some TestNG test methods. Okay. By writing this annotation, import this from TestNG library. And also you can give a name if you want. Name is equal to supply. Okay. Password supplier. Okay. Password supplier or some password data provider or password supplier. Any name you want to give, you can give that. And here you create a two-dimensional two-dimensional object array, data is equal to, or passwords is equal to whatever you want, right? Okay, right. And here give curly braces, and you can represent the two-dimensional array like this with this internal curly braces you have to give here. And here you give the passwords. What are the passwords you want to give, guys? So first one is 12345. What is the one? 12345. Second one is what? The second password we have here. Copy this. And the second password we have. Third password. Third password is this one. Give that here, comma, another single dimensional array. Copy this part. Give that as a fourth password. Total, how many sets of data are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth set of data. And you pass it here. The fifth set of data. Just pass it here. Okay, now return data you say. That's it. Return data, and the return type should be, instead of void, you should have this. The data is declared as two-dimensional object array that you have to provide here. This is how we can create the data-driven testing. And here, this particular data provider method need to supply the data to which test in the test method? This one. So I need to make a connection between this data provider which is ready to supply this passwords through which the account should not be created, and warning message should come. Such kind of list of passwords we are passing that should be supplied to this test method. To make a connection, guys, here beside this at the rate test, I'm going to write beside this at the rate test, I'm going to write data provider attribute is equal to, I don't know whether this is correct or not. Data capital P, I think so. Data provider, that's correct. Okay, data provider, and you have to give the name of the data provider like this. Okay. If this name attribute is not there, you have to give the method name here. Okay. Instead of the name attribute value, you have to give the name of the method. If in case this name attribute doesn't have, name is attribute is also from TestNG. If this name is not specified, you have to give the method name to make a connection between the data provider and the TestNG test method. Okay. Now here, whatever the data that is being supplied to this TestNG test method that I'm going to capture here. Okay. Password, string password text. Okay. Copy this password text and come back here, and wherever you are hard coding the password, you just paste that there. Okay. Password text. This is going to work. Okay. Simple. Now run the script. The script is going to run 5 times because we are passing 5 sets of data. For every set of password, which is kind of, we should give a warning message, but you see there is a problem in the application, and password complexity standard is not being followed by the password field. So definitely the test is going to fail, but 5 times. Okay. Because 5 sets of data are there. This test is going to run 5 times, and because of which the test will fail 5 times. Okay. Run the script here and see what is going to happen. So 5 times the script will run because we are passing 5 sets of passwords. Okay, which should not be accepted by the application. Warning message is not coming. First time it got closed. Now second time, the same test is running for second time with the second set of password. For the second set of password also, the warning message is not coming. Account is getting created, which is a failure actually. Now third set of password also. Okay, account is getting created and the warning message has not come to enter the password according to the password complexity standard. No warning message is coming. Next test case is running. Next set of data is running. So I think the last one, I think so, fifth one. Okay, fifth time with the last set of data. Again, the account got created and the test will fail. You see, the test got run 5 minutes, 5 times, every time with a different type of password, for which warning message should come, but account got created, because of which the test got failed. You see, failed five. The same test, you see, the same test, verify registering account using password which are not following password. The same test got executed multiple times with different type of data, guys. Okay, and every time it got failed. Okay, failures are five. So this is how we have to automate this particular test case, guys. 17th test case. Okay, this is how we can automate the 17th test case. Okay, so which got failed actually. Okay, this particular 17th test case got failed. So this is the code, guys. This is the code. So any doubts? Any doubts, guys, in this particular test case? Anyone have any doubts in this particular test case? If it is clear, just type in the chat box. If it is not clear and if you have any questions, you can ask me right now. This is the 17th test case we have automated. If it is clear, just type in the chat box. I would like to know how many of you have understood this particular thing. If it is not clear, if you have any doubts, you can ask me still. So guys, this is the 17th test case. Looks like everyone is clear with this. Okay, great. That's great. So I think I have demonstrated this data-driven testing somewhere back in one of the previous test cases also. Now it got repeated here. That's okay. So if you have multiple sets of data, you have to go for the data-driven testing, guys. Okay. So ultimately, where you have to implement the data-driven testing. And that is possible with the help of TestNG only. And in TestNG, we have annotations like, can we use data provider for invalid email verification? Yes, we have already used, right? We already have used. So there was a test case with invalid email address. So this is an invalid email address. We have already used this data-driven testing approach for this particular test case 10. Okay. Maria, clear now? In one of the previous test case, we already have done that. Okay. Okay. So here we have multiple invalid email address are there. We have verified that. Okay. Yeah. If you have multiple sets of data, it may be email, it may be password, doesn't matter, guys. We have to go for the data-driven testing. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Anyone have any other questions here? Okay. So we are at the 17th test case now. Okay. In the next session, we are going to see the 18th test case, guys. Okay. Verify whether the fields in the register account page are according to the client requirements. Okay. If there are any client requirements to verify the height and width of the fields and all, if it should be something like that. Okay, we can verify it here. Okay, the how to verify the height, width, and number of characters that are allowed by the fields that I'm going to automate as part of the next test case, which is the 18th test case that I'm going to demonstrate that on. I'm going to demonstrate this on Monday, guys. Okay, that is second. Okay, till then you have time. Okay, so weekdays are over. Again on Monday, we'll start with the 18th test case, and in the next week, guys, in the next week, most probably 18, 19, 20, 21, you may complete these test cases. Okay, so you know we have to go till 27, guys. We are at the 17 completed so far. Out of 27, 17 got complete. 10 more are there. We have to complete them. Okay. So in some sessions, I'll automate multiple test cases also if they are very simple. Okay. Now, if every test case needs a separate session, I'll just make sure that I don't hurry up. I'll only show you, demonstrate only one test case, like as if I have done it today. Okay. Fine. So that's all, guys. That's all for today's session. Hope everyone is clear with this. And if you have any other doubts, you can still ask me, guys. If anyone have any other doubts, you can ask me. Yeah, fine. Welcome, guys. Okay. So no doubts, right? Yeah. So then that's all for today, guys. That's all for today. Thanks for connecting. And we'll meet again on Monday. Okay. Monday in the next month, I think so. That is second. 2nd December we are going to meet. Okay, it's 7:30 p.m. IST we are going to meet. So here I'm going to put a message in the WhatsApp group also. Next session, next session will be on Monday at 7:30 p.m. IST, which is nothing but second December. Okay. So till then you can practice. Okay. You don't have to wait for me to automate all these test cases, guys, before I start covering, right? If you have time, you can automate the remaining test cases also. And if you are waiting for the confirmation, you can wait for the sessions. Okay. That's the plan. Once we complete this 27 test cases, then we'll go and implement some portion of the framework. Okay. After 27 test cases are automated, we are going to spend some time in framework. Okay. We'll go to the next level in the framework. Okay. Once 27 test cases are completed, we are going to implement something so that the way we are automating will become easier for us in the upcoming sessions. But till 27 sessions, we'll automate the individual test cases the same way I'm doing. Okay. So till 27, you have to wait, guys. I'll not implement the framework concepts till then. Okay. Fine. That's all. That's all for today, guys. We'll meet on Monday, 2nd December at 7:30 p.m. IST, where I'm going to show you how to automate the 18th test case for you. Okay. Till then, see you. Bye bye. Yeah. Bye, everyone. See you.